Hello everyone, Jeremy here, and today I want to show you a product called Mobile Home from a company called Beanco Technology. And what this is an accessory for your iPhone 4S, your iPhone 5 or iPhone 5S, whatever you have that has Siri capabilities. And this is an accessory for your car. So you might have seen some cars in recent memory coming out with the ability to communicate with Siri from the center console. Just press a button and it automatically will allow you to give Siri commands, and you will be able to hear her responses through your car speakers. But you know, with a lot of people, you get cars and then you keep them for a number of years, so you may not be up on all the newer technology that comes out. But with something like Mobile Home, you're going to be able to do that. This connects to your phone's Bluetooth, and it also connects to your car's Bluetooth system, and you can just simply press the button on the Mobile Home and it will activate Siri on your phone, and it will play everything that she says through your car's speakers. So this product costs $79.99, and I am going to be taking a look at it and seeing everything that it can do, or how well it can do it. It's very simple in its execution, so let's just open it up, get a good idea of how it looks. And here's everything that comes inside the box. First, you get yourself a little battery that goes with the Mobile Home. The Mobile Home itself, two of these circular Velcro sticky pads that you can just put in your car, and a little thin instruction manual. So let's just move these three accessories out of the way and just take a look at the Mobile Home. It has this little plastic on it, so let's just take that off. And this is Mobile Home once I took all the plastic off of it. And as you can see, you know, it's a pretty small device, especially when compared to a typical iPhone. This is an iPhone 5 and this is Mobile Home, and you know, it's very small, something that can fit in your pocket really easily. But it's not supposed to stay in your pocket. It goes in your car, and this clip on the back of it is used to connect to your car's visor, preferably the one that's sitting right above your head. So when you're in your car and you have this clip to your visor, all you have to do is reach up and press this button to activate Siri. You don't have to put it in the visor, you can put it wherever you want, but I guess for safety's sake, you can keep both hands on the wheel most of the time and keep your eyes straight forward, and then all you have to do is just sort of reach up and press this button without taking too much of your attention away from what you're doing. But you can also clip it on the side of your car near the bottom, wherever you want to do, but this is usually just to go on the visor. So I am going to connect this first to my iPhone just to make sure that it works and it will activate Siri without any problems, and then we're going to take it out to the car and see how it works in there. Alright, so let's make sure everything works. Now what I had to do first was open up the battery compartment. There's already a battery inside, and simply take off the little plastic on it, put the battery back in. You turn on the Bluetooth on your phone, hold this button, this is a button, until lights start flashing. Then you connect it to the phone, and then from there, all I should have to do is press and hold this button, and it should activate Siri. So let's give it a whirl. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good, Jeremy.
Alright, so I guess that works. One thing that I noticed is that once you press this button, once the phone is completely off, it turns it on. Then you have to press it again to activate Siri, and press it one more time to cancel out. So that's how that works. So keep that in mind, because when you're in your car and the phone is just completely off, once you press and hold this, it first has to turn on the phone. Then you press it again, and then you'll be able to activate Siri. Good stuff. It works so far right out of the box. So now we just have to go out and pair it to the car's Bluetooth system and see how it works from there. So here I am in the car, and I have connected the iPhone 5 to the car's internal Bluetooth system. So if we can take a look at the dash there, see that it says BT MP3 play. Lets us know that we are connected through Bluetooth. And then up at the top is Mobile Home. It's just clipped right onto the visor, so then all I have to do is press and hold this button whenever I want to communicate with Siri. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to ask Siri a pretty simple question. I'm going to ask her, when does the Chicago Bulls play? So let's just do that now. I'm going to press the button up here. Let me see my finger. You see me pressing it. And let's do it. Press and hold. When does the Chicago Bulls play?
The Bulls Warriors game starts at 10:30 p.m.
Yeah, so that's pretty much how all that works. If I want to ask her another question, let's just do that again. What's the weather like on Friday in Atlanta?
Should be sunny tomorrow. The weather might get a bit worse tomorrow with the temperature dropping to 36 degrees even with clear blue skies.
Oh no, that sounds terrible in Atlanta. So yeah, there you go. The whole process works, and it works pretty well. Now I'm going to turn the phone completely off, but I'm going to put it to sleep. So when I do put the phone to sleep, when I press the mobile home button up here, it has to first turn on the phone, awaken it, before I can start activating Siri. So I'm going to press and hold it a little bit. I'm looking at the phone. The phone comes on, but no Siri. So I do it again. What's at the movies today? I don't know if she'll answer.
Looking. I found quite a number of movies playing today, but they're a bit far from Fairburn.
Yeah, so
American Hustle, The Wolf of Wall Street,
so she's just going to keep going.
and Frozen.
I'm going to stop her.
Shall I read the rest?
Just pressing the button, and then it goes back. So this can be pretty useful if you're out there and you're just driving, and if you get a text message and you really want to reply to it, you don't have to reach down and get your phone. You just press your little button up here. Now, from my position, if I were actually driving right now, it'll be pretty simple. I'll keep one hand on the wheel, and all I have to do is simply reach up and press this. It's not all the way up here. Depends on the type of car that you have, but for me, it's pretty simple. It's right there in front of me almost. Just press that, ask Siri a question, and good to go. So like, one of the only bad things that I would have to say is, and it's not the fault of Siri per se, but it's when you have to press this button twice on mobile home to wake up the phone and then press and hold it again to activate Siri. I wish it was more like the phone itself, where even if the phone is off, the only thing that you have to do is press and hold the button, and that will bring up Siri. There's a little bit of a delay, but Siri was still going to come up, and I would be more comfortable with that as opposed to wondering if I press the button long enough or what the phone is doing, because I don't want to have to look at the phone in order to figure out where is the phone in the process of connecting me to Siri. So if I could just press that once and hold it, that would be great. But I guess what you have to do is just sort of time yourself, and you probably get used to it. You press, and then you just kind of go like one, let it go. Let it go. And now Siri pops up. And you see, like, even like right there, I thought I held it long enough, but I didn't. So Siri never came up. So you just have to hold it up there. Hold your finger up there for just maybe about 2 seconds or so, just so you can know that you've done that long enough to activate Siri. But this does work. It's not as loud coming through my speakers as I would want it to be. It kind of sounds like it's coming out of, just maybe a few sides or something like that. It doesn't sound as boom and boisterous as I want it to be. But once again, that's not the fault of mobile home, because all it's doing is relaying a signal. It has no control over any of this stuff. So far, I dig it. Well, it's a brand new day, and I decided to take this mobile home on a real world driving test, if you will. So I'm currently driving right now. Mobile home is connected to my phone, which in turn is connected to the car's Bluetooth system. And I figured this is what you're going to be doing this for. You're going to be driving. You're going to be having your focus on the road. And this is when you might want to ask Siri something without, like, for example, running into the back of this person who just put on their brakes in front of me. So I can't play actual music that I don't own in this, but I have tried it while playing music, and just so you know that when you do activate Siri, the music does fade out, Siri fades in, and then when you're done, you just press the mobile home button up here again to go right back to the music, so you don't have to worry about trying to reach for your phone to restart the music. It will start over by itself. So now that I'm driving and switching lanes, I'm going to ask Siri about the Bulls game yesterday, because the Bulls played. I want to know what happened, so I'm going to turn up the radio and I'm going to ask her a question. Did the Bulls win yesterday?
Chicago was beaten by Golden State yesterday. The final score was 102-87.
No. They weren't as good as I wanted them to be. Okay, that's fine. Also, when I got outside today, it was a little bit nippy. There was frost on the windows. I had to defrost them for a minute. So I want to know, what's the temperature and the weather going to be like for the rest of the day? You know, just in case I need to prepare for anything. So we'll just try that again. Siri, what's the weather going to be like for today?
The weather's looking good today. Up to 55 degrees and sunny. It's going to be cool tomorrow, with temperatures dropping to 36 degrees.
Okay, so you see what just happened there? How I kind of reached up and I had to press it twice because I thought I pressed it long enough, but Siri did not activate. So I took my finger down, I tried it again, and that time I just held it as long as I could until I finally heard the Siri chime. So that was one of the things I was talking about yesterday, about not necessarily knowing exactly when you've held in that button long enough. So that's just one of the things that you have to keep in mind. My advice is just to hold your finger up there until you hear something. So, say I'm going to the store and I need to be reminded to pick up a toilet brush because I totally broke my last one. So I need a reminder for that. Remind me to buy a toilet brush.
Here's your reminder. It says, buy a toilet brush. Shall I create it?
Yes.
I've added it.
Great. So now I can be reminded to buy a toilet brush when I'm at the store. So all the things that you can typically ask Siri, even, you know, random trivia stuff, you know, you can do that from here. I'm just sitting at a stoplight. So I want to know, how far is the Earth to the moon?
Coming right up.
She's thinking about
The distance from the Earth to the moon is about 246,000 miles.
246,000 miles, okay. Mindless trivia like that. And of course, if you got like a text message or something, then you can just have Siri read the message and have her reply to the message. And have her call people for you. You know, basically it's just all Siri. Whatever Siri is capable of, you can do that in the car with mobile home, because all it's doing is just communicating with Siri. It's just an easier way to do it, so you won't have to reach for your phone, because my phone is over there in the passenger seat. So yeah, that's just a little real world example of what it's like using mobile home when you're actually driving in the car. It's just located right up here. You know, even if I can't feel it immediately, I can just groove my hand down here and I feel the contours, that familiar little circle that you are very familiar with on iOS devices, and it's very simple to just bring it up and push it. So, yep, that's all for me for now, and this was a real world test, and I have to say that it worked out pretty well.